back to What She Said Sports. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know thumbs up if you can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm just checking to see if my microphone is working. Let me know if you can hear me. Woohoo. Yay. All right, good, good, good. All right. So the Buffs won. All right. So I was live tweeting the game. I know it's called X, but I was live tweeting the game. It was fun. I had some moving around to do, so I couldn't go live. So I decided to live tweet, and I did all of the game. Actually ran into Contextual on X and probably made some new friends as well. Congratulations to the Colorado Buffaloes. We didn't just win the game, we dominated, right? We dominated. But most of all, what happened? We looked like ourselves. We played a balanced game, much like what I wished for, which is UCF. I wanted Kaidon to be the starter in the game, and he was the starter in the game. So I still have my list of things that I wanted to see. Let's just take a look right quickly. All right. You saw the caption. It said, Colorado won the game, but, because there's a big but, and there's a lot of conversation happening. Coming into this game, I said our identity, we were in crisis. The first game that was called by Georgia Tech, which was very important. Even though it was a non-conference game, there was a lot at stake there. We're dead last in the Big 12. And I don't think this Delaware game is going to pull us out of that position unless a whole lot of people lose really badly to some other schools. But this is what I said we needed to see. Replace the OC. That didn't happen. So that meant there was a meeting of the minds. And I felt like Coach Prime was very instrumental in a lot that happened today. It wasn't just all Pat Schumer. Number 2, call a balanced game. UCF. That's exactly what happened. We're going to take a look at the stats. Great on the ground, great in the air, right? It said we played chess, not checkers. It was still kind of, bland. But the point is we responded. It said there was overuse of inside runs and bubble screens must stop. It was still there. I gave the play calling a 99.5 because it's still too much screen use. I mean, we got to think beyond screens. It said get the quarterback in rhythm and in early. And it did happen. Kaidon got in rhythm early, which was necessary, right? So we know that that's something that we can do. So we can check off number 5. Number 6, get the wide receivers, the tight ends, and the QB's legs involved. All of that happened, which means it could have happened in Georgia Tech. So all of that happened today. And then unlike Salter, utilized Salter as a dual threat QB and not a game manager. When he was in the first quarter, he balled out. He did good. He had 2, overthrown passes. And on X, I tweeted, I said, Coach Prime needs to get him and keep select QB on staff as contract, because I feel like Kaidon Salter and Juju, because I think at the time I had only seen Kaidon Salter, I felt like he could use that, right? I don't know where his overthrowing issue comes from, but I feel like that's something that can be worked out. And it was posted on X. They showed a photo of select QB, and they mentioned that it was Kaidon, I think, and Juju's quarterback coach. And I was like, that's also Shedeur Sanders' coach, Cam Ward's coach, and Thomas Castellanos' quarterback coach. So we don't, I see them trying to minimize select QB's efforts. And, he has a serious roster. So a lot of his quarterbacks are doing really well. I remember Kaidon working with him. I didn't know about Juju, but I would like Coach Prime to keep him around on a contract basis to come in and work with the quarterbacks. We don't need nobody else from the NFL. Don't even worry about that. We have select QB right there. That's good enough. I think that's actually a better solution. And let's see what my last one was. And I can't see because it's in the way. Number 8. I don't know what that says. All right, so I have to go back. What was that? Number 8, the DC play calling for run defense is poor again. All right, we didn't really get a chance to grade that. This is an NA. When you take a survey, it says not applicable because why? They weren't a big running school. We talked about it. They were a big passing school. At one, I think they had 88 yards on the ground. Last time I checked, they had 49. So we let them get 49 more yards than they used to. So again, let's just put an NA on that. And we're going to have to come back to the defense. I felt like the defense showed more problems today with play calling. That damn jet sweep or whatever that is that runs to the right side, we can't never get it. We just can't ever stop it. And the announcer said it's because we focused on one person when we need to be focused on. We were playing man when we need to be playing zone or whatever. Point is, defense has a problem. It does. Now, we have some stars on defense today. Ben Finesseth, Ben balled out. Ben said he was going to be the next Shiloh, and he didn't lie. He looked like Shiloh out there. Jeremiah Brown came through today, and RJ Johnson came through. Bayard came through. Obviously, DJ McKinney was out there. Stoudemire. The defense did good. Martavius French, I think he got hurt early on, but I think he came back. So the defense had more intensity with this team. Now they said we're playing down, which means they knew we were better than them, and they just moved up. They were playing up, and we were playing down. So a blowout is kind of what was expected. But I wanted to see what the play calling was going to look like. And the fact that we called a balanced game tells me that there was no reason we didn't call a balanced game last week. Again, I don't know what the hell is going on, but it's obvious. It's obvious that something's going on. So let's just start with the quarterback. Let's just start right here. All right. Now, we had 3 quarterbacks in rotation today. I don't exactly care for that, but this was intentional. Everybody was supposed to play 2 drives and rotate 2 drives. I just don't know why Ponder isn't out there. See, here's what needs to happen, because you can tell that when Kaidon got out there and played, he did good, right? He wasn't perfect, but he did good. As you can see, Kaidon is still the most accurate QB we have, right? 13 out of 16 is 81%, whereas Ryan Staub was 70%. And unfortunately, Juju was 50%. Now, some people said Juju underwhelmed. I don't think that's fair. I don't even know why he was out there. I think I would have put Juju out there in the 4th quarter. If we up 31-7 in the 4th quarter, then he can play the rest. It don't matter because we're not going to lose the game. That would have been a better role for Juju because it would have proven that he's not competing. I don't think it makes sense to put Juju in the middle of Ryan Staub and Kaidon Salter to make it look like he's competing. Coach Prime don't know what the hell he's doing, because that's what people are saying again today. So Kaidon is still the best quarterback we have. People go by yards, 157. And yes, Ryan Staub had 2 touchdowns. Kaidon had 1. But here's the thing, right? If Kaidon had 71, 55, and 53 blocking for him like they did Staub, his numbers would have been better. He probably would have had 2 touchdowns, maybe 3. But see, this is my whole problem with this entire situation. I said this. I said, if the O-line come out and block for somebody else and they don't block for Kaidon, then there's a problem. And I can see what the problem was. I tweeted on X. I said, okay, I see what's going on. I saw when Ryan Staub came into the game, it was a whole lot of cheering. When Juju came into the game, it was medium-sized cheering. When Kaidon started the game, it wasn't no kind of cheering. I'm like, oh, okay, y'all got y'all favorites. So the school's favorite is Ryan Staub because he's been around. I think he's an original buff. That makes sense, right? But then I noticed how excited the sideline got, all of the other players. And even Kaidon was excited for Ryan Staub. I said, I see what's going on here. Coach Prime brought in Kaidon, had him compete with Juju, but everybody else felt like Kaidon was the best guy for the job. And I watched Pat Schumer tonight grinning like a Cheshire cat because he felt like he did something. He didn't call the kind of game he called last week, but he was excited today. Why? Maybe he's responsible for the fact that all 3 of them were in the game today. And I think he felt like Ryan Staub was the better candidate, so he set up Kaidon last week, and he set up Kaidon today. All I want to know from the right side of the O-line, 71, 53, and 55, how much they paying y'all? Because I noticed they don't never pay Jordan Seaton. They don't never get Jordan Seaton to throw his career in the trash can. They always seem to get the right side of the O-line. And let's be clear. There is somebody on the right side of the O-line who was on the right side of the O-line last year who did the same thing to Shedeur. And other people noticed it. Because they said, okay, is it just me? Are they protected for stop? No, I'm like, it's not you. So here's the thing. Coach Prime is being undermined. Whether it's by the other players, whether it's by Pat Schumer, or whether it's by somebody kicking down the right side of the O-line, just like they did in the Nebraska game. Because you ain't going to tell me it's a coincidence that this keeps happening as we have black QBs get ready to head to the NFL. You ain't going to tell me that. You're not going to tell me that that's not the problem. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Only Kaidon and Juju was sacked today. Unless the internet don't know what the hell it's talking about. Ryan Staub wasn't sacked today, but he does have negative yards on rushing. But he wasn't sacked today. But our little freshman, who shouldn't have been out there, was sacked today. He didn't have the coverage he needed. And neither did Kaidon. So it says to me that when people want to throw a CU game, just go head on over to the right side. Because, see, the only way you stop Shedeur was to upend his drive with him getting sacked, and that's what happened to Kaidon. See, this is why Kaidon's numbers are still better than Staub. This is why Kaidon still has the best accuracy on the team, because he was set up. And I heard Coach Prime say something in his interview today. Coach Prime said he prayed on it. And I know why he had to pray on it, because he made the decision to name Kaidon the starter. Now, we talked about before the game how there were people who wanted Juju to be the guy. And I was like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? Why you can't just respect Coach Prime's decision as if he don't know what he's doing? And then Juju gets out there, and after the first, I said, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad he getting his feet wet on the field, but let's move it along. And then here comes Staub, and everybody's cheering because that tells me that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. I said, oh, this is why Kaidon got put on lockdown last week. This is why Kaidon is not being, this is why they're not covering for him, right? Because they won't stop. Staub is a sophomore. He ain't gonna go nowhere. If he been down all this damn time, people feel like he should be the starter because he been there all this damn time. And people felt the same way when Charlie Offerdall was on the ground, that he should be the running back because he been there all this time. But I guarantee you, if Kirby Smart chooses a quarterback, nobody undermines him. This is what I don't like. If Kaidon was a bad quarterback, you wouldn't have to set him up for Ryan Staub to look better. You wouldn't. And Kaidon is still the most accurate QB. So if you, just like Shedeur in Cleveland, if you give him the same coverage that they giving Dylan, then Shedeur gonna look good, Kaidon gonna look good. They would never do this to Kirby Smart. Whoever he say the quarterback is who the goddamn quarterback is. And when that quarterback leaves and he go get another quarterback, they don't say the identity of the Georgia Bulldogs is gone. Only Coach Prime. And then they want to tack on, yeah, he's mentally, having issues with his sons being gone. All they trying to say is Coach Prime is incompetent. All they said in the box all night in the first quarter was Colorado don't know who they are, but Delaware does. Hell, I said that. Now, here's what they're saying. Oh, you done made a mess. Because now you got 3 quarterbacks, and who the hell you going to start? Because guess what? If you go back to Kaidon Salter, they just going to riot. This is only happening because they wanted Staub to be the quarterback. Staub is a damn sophomore. And people are saying that actually Ponder beat him out in the offseason. Why I didn't see Ponder? See, this is my problem right here. If you're going to have a little competition, I'm going to need everybody to be involved so I can get the best 2. The QB1 and the QB2. We got 4 quarterbacks, possibly 5. All of them just need to line up and let me get the best 2. Because Coach Prime made a decision and people want to overturn it and it to be Juju. Well, you see, that didn't work out. And then there was another faction that wanted to be Ryan Staub. Okay, you're going to get your way. Because we got Houston next, and they coming off a dominant 2-0. They 2-0 in a dominant fashion. They didn't win by 5 points. They won 2 games just like we won this game. And I told you, Kaidon is still the most accurate QB, but y'all don't trust Coach Prime judgment. Y'all want to second guess it because Ryan Staub is an original buff. And how dare this black man come in here and pick all these black quarterbacks, but not pick this white one, because that's what the hell they doing. And if you ask me, Pat Shermer isn't on it. And I don't know who the hell is paying the right side of the O-line, but we're going to look into that bullshit. You're not going to tell me that you're going to set up Shedeur the same way you set up Kaidon and Juju, and all of a sudden it don't happen to Ryan Staub. And 71, 53, and 55 are all black. So people think we can't see it. We ain't stupid just because you think we don't. We see what the hell you doing. You undermining Coach Prime, trying to say he not fit for the job because you want Ryan Staub to be the quarterback. He a damn sophomore. He will be there next year. Kaidon is a damn senior. And as the numbers prove, Kaidon is still the most accurate QB. And if they were comparing apples to apples, Kaidon would be the one with the 2 damn touchdowns. But y'all didn't want him in the game. I'm of the mindset, I'm going to give you what you want. I'm going to give you what you think you want. There was a reason why Coach Prime didn't choose Ryan Staub as the starter. There was a reason why he didn't choose Juju. And everybody that wanted it to be them. You're going to find out why. It was Kaidon Salter. Shame on y'all for trying to sabotage that young man's career and get him hurt because you want somebody else to be the quarterback that Coach Prime didn't pick. But you believe whatever the hell Kirby Smart say. You don't second guess Kirby Smart. Hell, you don't second guess Nick Saban either. If he tell you NIL is ruining the sport, your ass believe it. But you want to second guess Deion Sanders, one of the damn best athletes in the world to ever do it, came in to see you with a winning record because he's black. And you think it's okay to sabotage Kaidon, Shedeur, and Juju because you want Ryan Staub. All right, you're going to get it. Because we in last place. Thanks to Pat Schumer's trash play calling in the Georgia Tech game and Doc Livingston too. You're going to get what you wanted. You're going to go right back to irrelevancy. That's what you're going to do. Because if Kaidon sky up, I don't know what you're going to do because Juju not ready. And y'all don't want it to be him either. Because if Juju was getting ready to head to the league next year, you do the same thing to him. Because why he had to get sacked today? But Ryan Staub didn't. So you're going to get what you want. You want to keep second guessing a black head coach, but you don't second guess Kirby Smart. All right. I ain't going to argue with you. I just want to know how much they get paid on the right side of the O-line. Because it must be good money. Matter of fact, it must be better money than the NFL, or they don't believe in themselves. They willing to take whatever they being offered. Because they done did it before, and 2 of them are new. And that's why nobody from last year should have came back, because now look. It ain't no coincidence what's going on here. It ain't no coincidence the stands erupt when it's Ryan Staub. It's not a coincidence at all that they wanted to be Juju. But they want to act like they don't want Kaidon and he the best one they got. This just like Cleveland fans with that goddamn Dylan Gable. I'm going to give you what you want. Because it's a reason why Coach Prime didn't choose Staub. And I ain't going to tell you he going to choose him going forward. Because for one, he made a decision. And I don't think he the kind of person that's just going to let you change his mind like that. In fact, he said he knew what he was going to see. And I don't think he's talking about the football because he also said, I know what I see in practice. So he prayed on it and he let it happen. And I bet what he saw is what we saw. The damn right side of the O-line doing a perfect example of what the hell an O-line should look like when it's Ryan Staub. I went back and watched the game twice since it went off. I was like, it's crazy when Ryan Staub is in. All the plays, everything just clicking and gelling. Everybody doing what they supposed to be doing. And the O-line holds up. But not when it's Juju. Not when it's Kaidon. They don't hate Kaidon. They hate the fact that a black head coach came in with a black head coach and got rid of a lot of people that was already there. Brought in some old black people and some non-black people. And his black son was quarterback. And he balled out. Because when Shedeur was balling out, I want to have a run game. But when Ryan Staub was in, then nobody said about no run game. He got 2 negative yards. They don't care about that. Because they never wanted the run game. They just didn't want Shedeur to shine. And they don't want Kaidon to shine. They want their favorite, Ryan Staub, who's a sophomore, to shine. Which means he got next year to shine. We trying to win football games. And they trying to play favorites because Coach Prime made a decision and they don't like it. So they figure if I set up Kaidon and make it look bad, it'll be Ryan Staub. We gonna see. We gonna see. And if he bend to your will, just understand that's the beginning of the end right there. And you're gonna get right what you wanted, the irrelevancy you had before. Because you're gonna lose Juju and you're gonna lose Kaidon, and then you're gonna have to have Ryan Staub, and probably gonna be gone too. And that's what you deserve. I like Ryan Staub, but you ain't gotta hurt Kaidon for Ryan Staub to shine. That's the problem. That's exactly what they're doing to Shedeur. I told you this was the exact same thing down to the right side of the O-line. People said Ryan Staub was out there calling audibles. But it was a reason why Coach Prime didn't choose him. It was a reason why he went and got Kaidon. But people don't respect it. And they want to hurt Kaidon, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I don't like 3 black players on the O-line blowing their assignments. And I don't like it being the right side of the O-line that caused Shedeur try to take him down too. So he had to learn how to play without an O-line. Kaidon hadn't learned that yet. I guess he didn't read my message when I said run to the left, because he still keep running to the right. Kaidon want to go to the NFL. This is the wonderful experience because Coach Prime has truly set up an NFL program, and they racist. So this is what they're going to do to you in the NFL. So get used to it. Sad but true. So I like when people get what they want. But you ain't got to set up Kaidon to try to make Ryan Staub look better. Because if Ryan Staub is better than Kaidon, then he would have beat Kaidon. Kaidon won this fair and square, and y'all just don't respect Coach Prime decision-making ability. There's a reason why he didn't choose Ryan Staub. It's a reason why Ryan Staub been there the whole time. Maybe he maturing as an individual. Just all it is this disrespect for black people. Disrespect for black people's decision-making abilities when they in leadership positions. That's all this is. It's got to be Juju or it's got to be Ryan Staub. But then you put Juju out here and people talking about he look like Arch Manning. This is why I ain't want him out there. Because he black too. And shame on the right side of the O-line. So let me see what y'all are saying. It said, this is disgusting. It said Pat purposely made the black QBs look mid and the line could not protect, while all of a sudden the line protected the white QB and play caller was better than the nasty work. Yeah. And also the 3 guys that they use are all black. That's how it go. That's just how it go. You're going to always find some sellouts. The win doesn't sit well with me. It's Delaware of all teams out of conference play, about to come up. Let's see how Star performs against tougher Big 12 opponents. Pat still need to be fired. Facts. Because I watched his interview. He started off grinning like a Cheshire cat. I'm like, why are you smiling? Because last week you called the horrible game that did look nothing like CU. But like Coach Prime said, I knew what I was going to see. Because he know. I think he know. They trying to undermine him. So they asked him what he going to do now. He said, I am not lost on guidance. They trying to undermine him. They would never do this. Whoever Kirby Smart say is quarterback, they trust him in his evaluation process. They don't trust Coach Prime. They gave Shedeur a hard time. They want to give Kaidon a hard time. And they're going to give Juju a hard time. All they wanted to do was put Juju in a bad light. Pat and Stefanski using the same playbook. Yep, it's the whole process. Looks familiar to the Browns last game to me. However, Staub has waited 2 years for his opportunity. Right. You can wait 2 years. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's the guy that was playing for Oregon that waited 4. And they went and got Dylan Gabriel. So here's the thing, okay? You don't just wait in line and get up to the front because you've been here this long. But that's what people want. That's what people want. Shedeur might have to wait 2 years for his opportunity. People love to tell you, well, Pat Mahomes didn't play in his first year. That don't mean he couldn't have. They just didn't want him to. I don't know why Coach Prime didn't make Ryan Staub the starter when Shedeur left. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But I know one thing. I know Coach Prime is a good damn coach. And I know he's being undermined. And the fact that you got to sabotage Kaidon don't mean that Ryan Staub is better than Kaidon. I don't know because you sabotaged it. Why don't you just let him go out there and play? See, that means you know Kaidon is better. And I told you, Kaidon got more accuracy in this game. So I have to go through the trouble to make Kaidon look worse so Ryan Staub can get an opportunity. What the hell does that tell you? What does that tell you? And Coach Prime made his decision. But I'm going to set up Kaidon to look worse so Ryan Staub can look like it should have been him all along, which means I'm trying to say Coach Prime don't know what the hell he's doing. They would never do this to Kirby Smart at all. But why they want to do it to Coach Prime? Because they don't even want him there. They don't want him there, and they don't want his choices. That's all that means. You don't respect nothing about the situation. But then if he named Ryan Staub the starter, oh, they going to love him next week. But then if he says it's still Kaidon, they going to ride. Why? You set up Kaidon to look worse. That means you know he's better. Kaidon ain't no different than Shedeur. And they try to make Shedeur look bad. We should have had a run game. Why? Other schools have air raid offense with 50 yards on the ground. The run game we had didn't even work. But now everybody can see that Shedeur was a star. So what? We going to beat up on Kaidon all season long? And when he leave and get to the NFL, because he going to get there if that's where God want him to be. And it's probably going to be devalued because that's what they working on. But the point is he going to ball out too. It don't matter how long Ryan Staub been on the ground. That's what's wrong with people. You need the best person for the job. And for Ryan Staub to be there the whole time, I think it upsets people that Coach Prime didn't choose him. Well, if you had let it just play out naturally and let Kaidon play one half and Ryan Staub the second, and the O-line does its job across the board, and the plays are called consistently across the board, then we can see what the hell is going on. But the fact that you got to set up Kaidon and his going to the NFL year is just trash because Ryan Staub is a damn sophomore. He ain't finna go nowhere. That ought to explain to you what this is about. Staub said he had a dream and Coach Prime called him Martin Luther Staub. Yes, that was funny. That was so funny. It said in Houston is no walk in the park. They added some players from the portal. They looked good last week in their win. Now they're playing at home against, they're playing a rival, Rice University, against us to be super confident. Right, they coming in the door 2-0 dominant. If we had won this game in the last game by the same margin, this is what U of H has done in the last 2 weeks. It say, hey, family, are we waiting? I don't hear anything. Hey, Crowley. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Our next 3 games are away games. Right. It said he was not Coach Prime, said all the QBs knew. Huh? I don't know what you're saying. Let me know. And thank you, Nicole. I appreciate it. I thought my mic was broke. Hey, Odell. Hey, Regina. How you doing? Hey, Val C. Thank you. It said Juju is a freshman. He will be used throughout the season. He will shine next year. Right. So for all of the people who wanted it to be Juju over Kaidon before the game, I'm like, why? Coach Prime would have selected him if he thought he was ready. And as you can see, he ain't ready. So that tells you that they not talking about football either. All I know is Kaidon Salter has 2 black parents like Shedeur Sanders. And all I know is the crowd erupt for Juju. The crowd erupt for Ryan Staub, but they ain't say nothing about Kaidon. Kaidon ain't do nothing to them. He just got there. People have their preferences. What, is he the darker of the 3? Is that the problem? Let's just put it on out there. What's the problem? I mean, what's the problem? We see Ryan Staub is white. Juju isn't that far different in skin tone with him. Is that what they can tolerate? That why they hated Shedeur so much? Because we all know it exists, right? Colorism. It made no sense for people to try to undermine Coach Prime about Juju. He just got there. He a freshman. And Coach Prime said it. I got to protect him, which means he knew that damn O-line is trash on the right side. But I don't even know if they got the depth to do nothing about it, which is why I said yesterday, instead of going and get some depth guys at running back that we didn't even need, go get some more right tackles. But then now, when Ryan Staub goes in, all is well everywhere. The play calling is good. The game is fast. It looks professional. And the O-line can block. But when it's Kaidon, they chasing their opponents. They act like they can't run. I see straight through that because it happened last year. And that's why they want nobody from last year. The OC and DC is sabotaging Coach Prime. I'm going to agree with that. I'm definitely going to agree with that. It said Coach Prime knows that Staub is the man going forward. Winning is all that matters. The wide receiver obviously prefers Staub. It said because he gets them the ball. Staub has to be the starter going forward. Staub don't have to be the starter going forward. He going to rotate all three of them because that's what the hell I would do. Because you ain't going to tell me after I know talent what the hell to do because you don't like it. I rotate all of them. That's what I do. I sure would. I can rotate all of them. You're not going to tell me what to do when I know what I'm doing. Coach Prime know where Staub is. He know where Ponder is. I don't like that I don't see Ponder, but I'm not going to second guess Coach Prime, and they wouldn't second guess Kirby Smart. And when Kirby Smart get a new quarterback, the identity isn't in check. There's no question about the identity. But because it's Coach Prime, everything is questionable. This is how they undermine Black people in positions of power and authority. And y'all know this is why they don't get second chances because they didn't want them with the first one. We still can't tackle 400 yards given away. Huh? No, they only, you talking about rushing? Let's see. Let's look at the stats. Hold on. Let's look at the stats. Yeah, I think if Ryan Staub is good, I don't have to sabotage Kaidon, and that's the problem. And it's not a coincidence Kaidon's numbers are still better, that he's still the most accurate QB. Coach Prime know what he's doing. They just don't respect the man. That's all it is to it. And it's people on his staff. And he going to have to get rid of them or find a way to make sure they don't have no decision-making ability. Share screen. All right. All right, so we getting ready to look at the stats for the game. All right. Let me know if you can. Seconds. Is this it? All right. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'm going. All right. So obviously, as you can see, Delaware has 7 points and we have 7. We're looking at team stats. Obviously, this is a balanced game, right? 396 yards to what? 398. There's a light in my eye. I can't see. Is that 398? Yeah. 396 to 398 total yards. All right. So they had 312 passing yards. We had 267 through 3 quarterbacks. Now, rushing, I told y'all they were more of a passing team. 312 yards proves it. So their identity is intact, right? 84 yards rushing on the ground. That's 40 more than they had when the last time we looked at their numbers, right? So we let them get 49 more yards than they used to having. We had 131. That's the best we need. That's it. That's all I expect. I don't expect 303. And to me, that's the kind of game Pat Schumer was trying to call. So I don't know why he was smiling in his interview because he did not get his way unless he did. And it's obvious with all of the new O-line coaches last year and year before, and the right side of the O-line is still problematic. It tells me it ain't the coaches. It tells me it's somebody who has the ability to choose who it is that goes on the field and what plays are called. I wonder who that is. All right, so yards per play. They had 6. We had 5.7. So again, in passing yards and yards per play, they still outranked us. We did better on a report card at 131 rushing. Again, I'm fine with it. 267 passing, still a little light for us, but hey, 3 quarterbacks, I'll take it. We had 21 first downs to their 19. Third down efficiency, 7 of 16 to their 2 of 10. We were obviously better at that. Fourth down efficiency, 1 of 3 and 1 of 1. We were better at that. Total plays, we had 70. They had 66. They punted 4 times. We punted 5. Penalties, 4 of 40 and 3 of 31. I think Jordan Seaton had a penalty called on him. They declined it. It was 2 penalties. One was declined on somebody else. And Jordan Seaton was like, wait, why you accept the penalty on me? So I don't know. We didn't have any fumbles. They had 2. I thought we did good with the turnovers today. Interceptions thrown, they had one, we had none. Through 3 quarterbacks, we had pretty good. 32 minutes time of possession through no interceptions, no fumbles through 3 quarterbacks. So that's actually really, really good. Let's go to the players for Colorado, right? Kaidon Salter, 13 to 16. That's 81%, 102 yards. He didn't have any passing touchdowns. Ryan Staub had 2 passing touchdowns, 7 of 10, 157. And I will commend him in the short amount of time he had to execute. I thought he balled out. I will not overlook the fact that the O-line chose to protect for him and not for Kaidon. And then Juju Lewis, 2 of 4, 8 yards. Again, don't know why he was out there, but okay. I would have did it differently. I wouldn't have put it as if Kaidon was in a car, Juju was in a competition. I would have had Kaidon and Ryan go first half, second half, with the last maybe 5 minutes going to Juju. Again, I want to see Ponder. Just put him on out here. I mean, we got everybody out here. Just put him out here, damn it. Just put him out here. Because they say he beat Staub in the offseason. So whose idea was this? Whose idea was this? And not to include Ponder. That's where the problem starts. Understand there's some favoritism going on here. Simeon Price, he was leading on rushing. He tried to hurt somebody. I'm like, boo, you're going to get hurt. Good job. 6.1 yards on average. I said it. I thought he should have been the best receiver because the best rusher because I don't know if it's because he's a bigger build. He's just able to get through more. 55 yards for 9 carries. Good job. Then we had the Kalen. Not surprised 26 and 20 rolls to the 1 and the 2 because I said in the Georgia Tech game, those are your guys. 55 and 48. Then Kaidon is the 3rd leading rusher with 25 yards. When Ryan Staub came out and was playing, I heard somebody say, oh, he can use his legs too. As if, Coach Prime brought in Kaidon because he could use his legs. But they're trying to say maybe he overlooked the fact that Ryan Staub couldn't use his legs. Hell, I don't know. But we wanted to run the ball more. So I understand Coach Prime bringing in a senior who went undefeated, who has deep ball accuracy, who is going to be the rushing QB to lead this core of quarterbacks because Kaidon is a senior. Ryan is a sophomore. And Juju is a freshman. And I don't know what Ponder is. I just need him to get on out here too. If we just going to do it like this, then shit, just put everybody out here. Michael Welch, 7 carries of 14 yards. All right, for Michael Welch enthusiasts, I tried to tell y'all last time we played. Your 1 and your 2 is right here. DeKalen and Simeon Price. I like Michael Welch. I thought he did good, but the other guys are just more effective. They just more effective. That's just the bottom line. In terms of, look at the yards per play, 6.1 and 6.9. And I think that's where we get stuck up sometimes because we have favorites. I want to see Staub. He been down for 2 years. He didn't leave when he could have. Okay. I still know why he brought in a senior to lead because he had one. What was Shedeur, a junior or a senior to lead last year? Draylon Miller, 1 of 3. He didn't get off so much today, but it's okay. He'll have another opportunity. Ryan Staub, 2 and -2. Now, nobody want to talk about this, huh? I thought we wanted a heavy run game, Pat Schumer. But I know this you're doing. I know it is. I know this you're doing because you were smiling too hard in your damn press conference and we didn't play your offense. When it started, the guys in the box on, I guess Fox Sports said, well, are we going to see Shedeur Sanders offense or are we going to see a different offense? I thought it was interesting they called it Shedeur Sanders offense, but that's what we saw tonight. Shedeur Sanders. Julian Lewis, 1 of -8. Again, I wouldn't have put him out here. So when it comes to rushing, Ryan Staub and Julian Lewis are at the bottom. I wonder if that's why Coach Pryor went and got Kaidon. Probably. So if he start, damn it, stop setting him up. Probably. We wanted to run the ball more. He didn't just want to have a pure pocket passer. We wanted to get a dual threat. You know why? Because that's the way the NFL is going. Remember what Andrew Berry said about Shedeur? He has a retro style of QB playing, meaning he's a pocket passer. To me, Kaidon Salter play a little bit like Jalen Hurts. People want to say his best asset is his legs. That ain't true. That's not true. That's what they always want to say about black quarterbacks. He's a dual threat. They just don't want to accept it because everybody can't rise to the level of a dual threat and be good at it and play at a high level. So they discount them by saying what they said about Lenore Sellers last week. Oh, he's a wide receiver more than he is a quarterback. They said the same thing about Lamar Jackson. Y'all got to pay attention to what's going on here. Kaidon is on his way to get into the league, and they putting up resistance at CU. Make that make sense. But I told y'all, 17 to 32 starts in college. It started in college against Shedeur. And they doing it again against Kaidon. Let's see if this really about Ryan Staub when we go into this more deeper territory. Or is this about stopping Kaidon Salter, who could be 18 or 19 or 20 or 21 of 32? Wake up. So let's go on to receiving. Sincere Brown. All right. 4 receptions. JoJo had 4. The Kalon had 4. I thought Isaiah Harge played pretty good. He was 3 of 21. The Kalon was 4 of 49. Joseph Williams was 4 of 55 and 4 of 120. This is what it should have been last week. This is exactly what it should have been against Georgia Tech. So again, why was Pat Shermer smiling? Because he didn't do none of this. He left all of these yards on the table last week. Kaidon only had 159 yards. But it's okay to do it this week. That's why he's smiling. Because he pulling the strings and he letting you know. Go look at his interview before the game. How he couldn't make eye contact. How he kept looking at the floor like he knew something. And sitting up would have made him talk about it, I suppose. So he was being disingenuous. And in his interview tonight, after Coach Prime got up, he sat there and folded his hands. I never seen him smile so much. Why he so happy? We didn't play his offense because he got his way where Ryan Staub is concerned. So I was right about him last week, holding back Kaidon Salter. But like I say, we're going to go on up the road a few more games. We in deep conference territory now. We don't have no more easy games. Maybe one. Maybe one. And if we wanted a balanced game like we had today, as you could see, who is this right here? Number 3, Kaidon Salter, 25 yards. And I'm sure it would have been better with the 9 carries had he not been getting sacked. Because 55, 53, and 71 blew their damn coverage. So this is what you're going to get right here. Ryan Staub, 2, -2. If this is what you want. This is what you're going to get. And your run game going to go straight to hell. Or you're going to have a run game and the quarterback going to be shut down. And I'll be damned. We didn't bring Kaidon Salter in for nothing. So you see, we're capable of playing a balanced game. And we had 3 quarterbacks. Now imagine if we just had 102. So you had 257. You could have 259 plus 8. That's for one person. That's what CU does. That boy Wig the other day, I think the last time we talked about this topic, said Coach Prime made a decision and he needs to stick with it. I agree. I agree. You need to stick with it. But he decided to yield to somebody and put all 3 of these guys in the game and people not looking at the whole picture. They guessed and wondering why it is he brought in a dual threat. This is why. But did he expect Kaidon Salter to be set up by the right side like Shedeur? No. But do I think he know what's going on? Yes. Like he said, he not lost for guidance. You can't say you want to have a run game and you sabotage the dual threat quarterback to use his legs in game 1. And in game 2, you sabotage him. So somebody else that you put out that is not a dual threat can get 2 negative yards on rushing. So on defense, Martavius French, 4 of 2. He had 4 tackles with 2 assists and 1 sack. He definitely is the guy. Jeremiah Brown balled out. He stepped up today, 4 of 4. DJ McKinney, 3 of 1. Carter Stoudemire, 3 of 1. Preston Hodge, 3. RJ Johnson did good too, 3. And as you can see, I think, what's that, an interception? Yeah, he got an interception too. I thought RJ Johnson did good today. Ben did damn good. Ben and Jeremiah Brown, their chemistry is definitely there because they tag team on that fumble recovery, or unless they just strip the ball from the guy. Ben came from across the field. I was like, okay, ball hawk Ben, that's your new name. He wasn't kidding when he said he was going to replace Shiloh. Ben got some speed. Tawfiq Bayard, I thought he did good. 3. Keaton Wade, 2. Anaquin Barnes, 2. Arden Walker. Sean Myers, I thought I would have heard more, but he did assist today. They said he was going to have a bigger role. So he had 1 solo and 3 assists. Oh, Webb Walker is back. Remember, he had to go away and come back to recover from cancer. So he did good. He's out there. Hughes was light today. 1-0. Tavian Coleman, 1-0. Tristan. These are names. These are names I haven't seen. Coleman, Marwa, Tristan, Tawfiq Thomas. I recognize that name. Cornell X was on defense today. What? Is that right? Cornell X was on defense. I thought I saw number 14. I just didn't understand what I was looking at. So Cornell X was playing on defense today and got him a solo tackle. Amari McNeil, just like last week, assist. Brandon Swain Davis thought he would have had more, but maybe they rotated. I don't know. And then Alexander McPherson, I thought I would have seen more from him. And Makari Vickers, he balled out. He needs to have a one up here because he tackled the hell out of somebody. Matter of fact, they were talking about it. The announcers were saying they call him seatbelt. So they definitely cheated him out of some stats. Kick returns, let's see. Quentin Gibson, he did good. 14 yards, 1 reception. The kicking, Alejandro Mata, 7 points. Go figure. And Greaves, people liked him. He did good too. What he had? 5 punts for 251 yards, 50 on average. He's the new mate. So when you look at the total picture, I heard them say they were going to rotate more. So they were talking about defense because they definitely had damn near a lot of more people playing. And Makari Vickers had a great stop. So he should have got his credit. I'm loving what I'm seeing on offense. That means that 120 yards, that's Travis Hunter right there. Joseph Williams is either your Will Shepherd or your LeJontay. And 49 yards, Omarion. I don't see Jimmy Horn Jr. on here. So 21, Isaiah Hodge. Now, I thought Isaiah was going to be a two-way player. He was last week. He did good today. He had 3. Let's see if he down here. No, he played on one side of the ball. But they let Farrakhan play defense rather than him not play at all. Okay, I like it. Zach Atkins had 7 yards, 1 reception. Average, so we just get him involved just a little bit more. He's good too. So Quentin Gibson, it was nice to see him in there. People were saying that when Juju, gets there, it looks like Juju is gonna be the dynamic duo like Shedeur and Travis. It'll be Juju and Quentin Gibson. But hell, I saw another dynamic duo today. I saw Sincere Brown and Ryan Staub. I said, okay, all right. I said, this is Gage and Shedeur right here. Y'all been somewhere working out. And I'm not mad at that. Let me be very clear. I'm extremely proud of Ryan Staub. I like Ryan Staub. I'm not surprised he put up the Shedeur because he learned from Shedeur. But what I don't like is people setting up Kaidon and getting only Kaidon and Juju sacked, but they want to block for Ryan. See, I don't like that. Because if Ryan is good, like you say, then he can stand on his own without you pulling another man down. And it ain't lost on me that Juju and Kaidon are black. And it ain't lost on me that the same damn thing happened to Shedeur, and it also came from the right side of the O-line. It ain't lost on me. That's what I don't like. Yeah, we won, but we can't be setting people up to fail just because we want our favorite to get in there or the guy that been on the ground. I don't give a damn whoever Coach Prime make the starter. I'm going to roll with it because I respect Coach Prime. But it's a lot of people who don't. And they talk about the Buffs daily, but they clearly don't respect the man. I believe Coach doesn't trust Salter, so yes, his receivers need to eat too. Coach Prime does trust Salter. He wouldn't have named him the starter if that was just, 2 weeks ago? He wouldn't have named him the starter if he didn't trust him. It says Staub looked good because he caught Delaware off guard when the other teams know he was going to play. The other teams know he's going to play will be different, right? That does matter. That matters too. Keep them guessing. Some people say just rotate all three of them. I mean, because obviously, with offensive play calling by Schumer, which can be stale and generic in a lot of screens, they're going to catch on to us pretty fast. So whatever he decides to do, I'm going to just roll with it. Like I said, I like Staub, but you ain't got to, I didn't see nobody set up Staub to make nobody else look better because they would never do that. That's what people don't understand. They always want to take the black QB down. But nobody else does this. And they don't second guess Kirby Smart. And they don't talk about him being incompetent and saying his team has an identity crisis when Carson Beck left and somebody else came in, or Stetson Bennett left and somebody else came in. They don't do that. This is about disrespecting Coach Prime as a black leader. Hey, Brent, how you doing? It said the bubble screens need to go. Yeah, I don't know why he keep calling it. I don't know. It said Ben and Jeremiah should have got some balls too. Yeah, they were good. They were good. Hey, Perry, how you doing? Salute, salute. Hey, Blue Devil. It says Staub look good because he would change the play call. That's what people said too on X. They talking about Staub look good because hell, he was down with Shedeur. He was calling audibles on Pat Schumer. I said, okay, so why is Kaidon not allowed to call audibles? Or maybe that's not what anybody expected. That's what he know that you have to do. The reason he would go up and do this to Shedeur, he respects Shedeur. And I remember when Shedeur came back for practice and he was just out there throwing, Staub was right there. He respects him. But see, it's a lot of people that don't respect Coach Prime because he's a leader. They will respect him if he makes Staub the starter, but then if he lose, they're going to fire him. You see what I'm saying? That's why Coach Prime's smart. And he a Leo. He know what he got to do. I'm going to roll with whatever he say because he done thought this through, and they're not. If I want to use the running game more, that's why he has Kaidon, who's a senior, who can at least get us some yards, not the negative. People don't even look at that. The play calling got better when Staub got in. That's what everybody said, Odell. And people said it was because he's calling audibles, but some people think Schumer just called a better game for him. Salter doesn't read coverage well. He's watching the D-line. Yeah, I don't know. And the line protected. Yeah, the line protected from Staub. You can see him looking to hit the edge. Hey, I'm going to just say this, contextual. I'm going to just say this, okay? I have watched Kaidon play football when he's comfortable. He ain't comfortable. He was happier when Staub got in because he's caught up in they bull crap over there. It's obvious. Everybody cheering for Staub. Some of the people cheering for Juju. Nobody cheering for him. The problem is people don't like the fact that Coach Prime went and got Kaidon Salter. If Kaidon wasn't there and Staub was a starter and we would have lost to Georgia Tech, I mean, it would be Coach Prime's fault. I don't want to hear nothing about Salter other than the fact that I saw him overthrow 2 balls and I said he need to get with select QB. But I know he ain't comfortable, and I know he looked more comfortable today. And I don't think it's a coincidence that only Juju and Kaidon got sacked at all. And the game looked different when Staub was in. Because there are people that's just what they want. Because he been there for 2 years. Or because he white. Or because Coach Prime didn't say it, so let me buck him. They all got their fault. Ain't none of them perfect. But sabotaging Kaidon Salter to make Staub look better? We're not doing that. We already did that to Shedeur. No. I'm not going to sit here quietly and let the same shit happen to Kaidon that happened to Shedeur. People said Shedeur could read defenses. People said Shedeur hold on to the ball too long. It wasn't none of that. It was the goddamn right side of the O-line like I've been saying. That's why I know their numbers. 71, 55, and 53. They want Staub to shine. Right. That's all it is. Staub is the starter. It said the team responds to him and the wide receivers like him because he get them the ball. You see what I'm saying? This is how people want to make decisions. This is exactly how people want to make decisions. They don't give a damn that we trying to get a run game going. They want to have a quarterback with 2 negative yards. That's what they want because the wide receivers like him. You know what? It's wide receivers that like Kaidon. And when Kaidon has an O-line or he don't have to deal with an O-line, he can get them the damn ball too. Because I watch Well Off Media all damn summer. I'm not about to sit up here and second guess Coach Prime. It's the reason why he didn't name the Staub the starter. I'm going to go with the negative yards on rushing. I'm going to go because he don't really use his legs. I'm going to go because he a pocket passer and he want to move away from that. The point is, ain't nobody second guessing Kirby Smart. So why the hell y'all second guessing Coach Prime? Start with the starter is whoever the hell Coach Prime said it is. That's who the starter is. It says Staub said he changed the play. He told the wide receivers to go and he would get it to him. Schumer is terrible. And that just tells you right there. He learned that from being behind Shedeur. So Kaidon don't do that. Again, I don't know why Kaidon is put in that situation. Yeah, Schumer needs to go. Staub gets the ball out fast. Yeah, okay. Staub gets the ball out fast because he got linemen who are actually blocking for him. So he has time to set his feet. Kaidon and Juju didn't even have that. At some point, I'm going to go with Kaidon more so. It's not a coincidence that Kaidon comes to a school where the quarterback was sacked damn near the most in FBS. It's not a coincidence that it's happening to him as he get ready to go to the league. Not a coincidence at all. Staub did some audibles too, right? And Kaidon, to be honest with you, if he want to survive, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to just say it. If it were me, I'm gone. Y'all can have this bullshit. I'm serious. Because for what? I'm like, you don't want me here. You trying to get me hurt. I'm trying to get to the league. I got to usurp my offensive coordinator. I'm used to listening to my offensive coordinator. But in order to survive, I got to go against what he's saying. And he already got the last quarterback hemmed up in Cleveland. And that's what y'all want me to do. You know what? Mom and daddy, book me a flight. Just come get my shit. I'm out. This is ridiculous. This is politics. This is the same politics as to why Byron Leftwich left. I see it. Because when he was on the ground, he's supposed to be out here working with Juju, but Kaidon is supposed to be the starter. Then we got Ponder and Staub over there, and that's what other people want. Well, how many people want Ponder to be out there? Hell, I'm one of the people that said he was good. So we're going to say Coach Prime was wrong for having a competition with Kaidon and Juju? We're going to say Coach Prime is wrong? Who thinks he wrong for not putting Ponder out there tonight? I mean, why not, right? Why not? I knew Juju wasn't ready. He did too. So where the pressure coming from? I can look at these stats right here and tell you why Ryan Staub ain't the starter, because you said we wanted more of a run game, so I got somebody that can use his legs and his arms. But y'all don't want him. Why? Because his hair curly and blonde? Because he's not white? Because both of his parents are black? No, Kaidon is not perfect. Neither is Ryan Staub. If you treat Kaidon the same way you treated Ryan Staub, just like Dylan and Shedeur, then the same damn thing gonna happen. Why you think Coach Prime said he knew what he was gonna see? Staub had perfect pocket protection. That's my whole point. And people act like they can't see that. I don't know what the hell people be looking at. I don't know what people be looking at. I don't know. I'm with Kaidon Salter. He just need to calm down and play. He need to be comfortable. He's not comfortable. He's not comfortable. I told y'all ESPN put up his highlights, right? How many other quarterbacks highlights they put up? You know they had him the top 15 QB. Out of all the quarterbacks, he top 15 until last week, thanks to Pat Schumer. If he had a chance to ball out and not be sabotaged, I bet he'd be in the top 10. Maybe he'd be 11, 12, but he would have moved up because I knew he was down too far. He's supposed to be the best rushing quarterback in the Big 12, which means he should be at the top. Let's not forget, the NFL don't have no black offensive coordinators anymore. They got rid of all of them. And what is Pat Schumer? Okay. The issue is we have too many social media people coaching. I don't think it's just, I think it's some social media people who saying a little bit too much in terms of like Juju starting. I don't think it's the social media people. I think it's people right there on the ground undermining Coach Prime. People think it's about Ryan Staub. They think it's about Juju, or they think it's about Kaidon Salter. It's not. It's bigger than that. See, my thing is, Coach Prime said who the starter was. Now, all of a sudden, Kaidon is set up by Pat Schumer and 3 people on the O-line to the right side. It was 2 last week, probably 3 if I go back and check the same 3, because I know it was 53 and 55 because I said it. This week I added 71 to 53 and 55. I just want to know how much they're making. Must be some good ass money to make me throw my NFL chances away, because it ain't a damn coincidence. It's not. It's not a coincidence at all. Why it don't ever happen on Jordan Seaton's side? I mean, you think maybe once or twice. Never. Because he's not letting it happen. The starter is whoever Coach Prime said it is. I agree. Salter's a good player, but the lights are too bright for him. No, they're not. If the lights were too bright for him, he wouldn't have to be set up. The difference is Star makes more audibles to throw the ball. K-Salt act like he's scared. He's not scared. He just don't want to go against his OC. I mean, I hate to say it, but he has been put in an impossible situation. People celebrating Staub for going against Pat Schumer. Kaidon just got here. Staub been there for 3 years. He know the lay of the land. Kaidon trying to get to the league. He see what's happening with Shedeur. He knows the connection between Schumer and Stefanski. He know what the hell going on. But I noticed how happy he was for Ryan Staub. So that tells you that there are a lot of people that feel like Kaidon shouldn't be there and Ryan Staub should be the guy, which means they think Coach Prime made a mistake. But there's not a lot of people, and I can count probably 1 or 2 maybe, that would second guess Kirby Smart. So Kaidon is in an impossible situation. He probably want to shrink himself and disappear, and I would too, because they don't want him there. They don't feel like he's needed. They don't think Coach Prime know what he's doing. They don't trust Coach Prime's decision. They don't know why he made the decision, but they don't trust it. That's what we're really talking about, isn't it? That's what we're really talking about, because the people calling the game said, this is a mistake to have these 3 quarterbacks out here. And they felt like Kaidon sitting so long caused him some problems. I'm like, am I going to be the only person to say that the right side of the O-line not blocking for him? They're not going to never say that on the game. So I hope you get what you want. That's all I'm going to say, because you ain't going to like it. It says, so we saying Staub was given permission to change the plays and the black QBs did not. Right. People don't want to talk about that. People think, oh, Staub knew what to do. I'm like, so Staub knew to go around Pat Schumer. So Pat Schumer shouldn't be there. You see what I'm saying? This is why if I'm Kaidon, I'm going to have to make up in my mind. I'm going to have to play a grad year and get the hell out of here when the portal opened in January, just like Byron Leftwich did, because it's too much politics around here. These people won't stop to be the guy. They want me to go against my OC, but I'm trying to get to the league. Don't worry about it. Go to school for another year, get an NFL time to get past 17 to 32 anyway, because they're going to act the same way anyway, and get the hell out of here. Don't stay nowhere you're not respected. Just like people want Shedeur going out of Cleveland. Tell Kate to just get the hell out of here. They think they want Ryan Staub, even though they want a run game. Okay, they start a -2 yards. They don't give a damn, because it ain't the run game that they want. They only say that when it's Shedeur or Kaidon. They need 2 QBs. That would be a game changer. That might be what happened. I don't know. Yep, they better stick with Kaidon. I'm not certain about Staub. That pocket passing won't work against stiff opponents in the conference play. It won't be close. It said, y'all got to stop. Sean has been under Shedeur for 3 years. Sean who? Who are you talking about when you say Sean? It said all those boys played good, so stop the mess. It said Salter is still playing. He gave everyone a chance. I'm like, I don't have a problem with Salter. I don't have a problem with Salter at all. But there are people, and who are you talking about when you say Sean? You're going to have to clear that up for us. All right. So my thing is, Salter was named the starter by Coach Prime. And there are people that obviously have a problem with it, or they had a preference. The preference seems to be for Staub, but the objective was to run the ball more. So getting a senior who's already been undefeated and led his team to such, and who can add yards with his legs, makes a lot of sense. But that's not what we want. It was the same way when Charlie was on the ground. He should be playing. He should be playing. Oh, so, okay. That's all it is. It's the same thing. Shout out to Charlie. He passed his test. Prime has a pattern. The white tight end who dropped the game-winning pass in a Celebration Bowl. I don't think they have nothing to do with this. It said they can't play Salter after Schaub. Everyone, see, he's not the best QB. He the best QB for what? He don't have the best accuracy, and he got negative yards. So how is he the best QB? He had the better O-line protection. That's what he had. And maybe or maybe not, he changed the damn plays. I don't even know. It don't matter. Because when the O-line is choosing who to protect, that's where the problem stopped for me. I don't want to go right past that point because we have seen this before. That's why you're going to get what you want, because you're not looking at why the hell Coach Prime made his decision, because you don't know. I don't have a problem with Kaidon Salter. I don't have a problem with Ryan Staub. I have a problem with people second-guessing Coach Prime, not knowing what he's trying to accomplish because Ryan Staub been on the ground for 2 years or 3 years. He's not the most accurate through tonight's game, and he has negative yards. So how is he the better QB overall? He had better coverage. Somebody said, AB3 said, it upset me that we didn't see Ponder. It said, Ben was actually good. I don't have no problem with Ben. I don't. I've heard people rag on Ben. Ben is a ball hawk. He said he was going to replace Shiloh, and he got speed that kicked in. He came from damn near halfway across the field to drag somebody down, and he did it. I don't have no problem with Ben. See, I'm all about fairness, right? If Ben get out there and he ball out, I'm cool with it. If Salter get out there and get adequate protection, just like Staub, and Staub is better, cool. But when you set up Kaidon like you set up Shedeur, who are both black, and one was trying to get to the league, one is trying to get to the league, and one got held trying to get there, and is still getting held, I see something else here. Because you're not even looking at the fact that in this game, still being sacked, Kaidon didn't throw an interception. He didn't have adequate protection. He still was the most accurate QB. He still had rushing yards, which checks off the boxes of the run game. He's the third highest rusher. But down at the bottom is Staub, but that's who you want. That's who you're going to get. See, Coach Prime got to be strategic here because he got to win games. Because if he put Staub out there, and even the guys in the box said it, so how do you keep Juju and how do you keep Salter if people want you to go with Staub? That's a real question. He can maybe keep Juju, but I don't know if he can keep the other two. And he knows Staub can't do the run game like he won't because he wouldn't have 2 negative yards. And if Pat Schumer was complaining about a run game, how is he happy about Staub? Because he white. Because that's against what Coach Prime asked for. Maybe he want to stay there. Maybe he want to be the head coach. Or maybe when the next person come in, he want to be the OC. Or maybe because he know Coach Prime was trying to bring in Byron Leftwich, he just trying to piss him off. Make him look bad. I said that was going to happen. I don't have a problem with Salter. I don't have a problem with Staub. I have a problem with people sabotaging Kaidon Salter. Of course, he looks mid. He didn't have no adequate protection, but he wasn't mid the first quarter. Not at all. See you in trouble heading to a conference play. Again, it's the politics. I think it's politics. I don't think they're in trouble, but it's just politics. It's just politics. Coach Prime wants to win. We're going to see who we put out there. It don't matter. I don't give a damn who we put out there. Because to be honest with you, if they keep putting Kaidon out there, they just going to keep setting him up, and that's going to cause problems. If he puts Staub out there and he still got negative yards and we don't have no run game, then people going to start yelling and screaming, and then we're going to lose, and then that's going to cause a problem. When you damned if you do, and you damned if you don't, and it's so early to be in this position. But that tells you it's been festering all off season. It's been festering all off season. Coach Prime is going to lose Juju. He didn't give Juju enough time to redeem himself. He didn't have to redeem himself. He a freshman. I would have never put him out there. The play calling for Staub was different. They opened up the offense, right? And again, I don't know why you would do that. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know what possessed him to put Juju out there. I feel like because we talked about before the game, the last podcast, I told y'all there were people pressuring Coach Prime talking about Juju gonna play more minutes than Salter. I'm like, Why would we do that? And there were other people in the comments under other people's pages saying that don't make no sense. What are we doing here? What is Coach Prime doing? See, that's what I don't like. One half won't stop. The other, 3/4 won't stop. And the other 1/4 or 1/3 or whatever the hell it is want Juju. And don't nobody want Kaidon, but I bet you he the best option. But we can't get to it because people keep trying to set him up. So I'm going to give you what you asked for. But then Coach Prime going to have to take a hit and see you just going to have to understand. So why? Y'all don't trust me? Okay. Y'all don't trust me? Cool. I guess you just going to learn by example then. Salter's not afraid to do shit. He didn't have no adequate protection. In the first quarter, he balled the hell out. And then Coach Prime took him out. And if you ask the guys calling the game at Fox, that was a mistake. And what message does it send to Salter? And how do you keep your quarterback after you put in a freshman that you know you're not going to play? And now you got people who swear to God Ryan Staub should be the quarterback, but he got 2 negative yards on the run, but the run was the priority. Hell, last week we was a running team. Prime is going to play 2 QBs. I already said he was going to play 2 QBs. Of course, he looked better. That's because you're not paying attention to the whole game. He didn't look better. 2 negative yards is not better than 25 positive yards. So, no, he didn't look better. He had better coverage to make you think he looked better, to apply pressure on Coach Prime to roll with Staub, who's only a damn sophomore. I wouldn't do shit they say. If I say Kaidon is the goddamn quarterback, then I'm getting rid of 55, 71, and 53. And if I can go and get 3 walk-ons to be running backs that I don't need to be depth guys, then I'm going to get me some more right tackles. That's what the hell he needs to do. Just go get some right tackles who can't be bought. I'm like, they obviously don't have no vision of their future. Juju's not ready yet. Yeah, we said that. The play call is different for Staub because Staub been there 3 years. 3 years of practicing the playbook. Yeah, I don't know. Staub audibled out of bad plays. The wide receivers love all the quarterbacks. That's obvious. But it's obvious that Sincere Brown and Ryan Staub been somewhere practicing. Juju not ready. Right. So for all of the people who wanted Juju to get out there and he ain't ready, what the hell was that about? Why the hell did you just want Juju to get out there? Because you didn't want Kaidon out there. I told y'all, if I'm Kaidon, bye. Y'all can have this. I let you have it. Because y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. If I could tell you Juju ain't ready, and I hadn't even been to Boulder, then what the hell them made them think he ready? They don't care. Just like Arch Manning. All they trying to do is put Coach Prime in the same situation that his own son is in. We don't care if Juju is good. We just want to see him. Just like Arch Manning. We don't care if Juju ain't ready. Well, Juju daddy care. And Coach Prime know he can't mess it up for Juju. But the pressure obviously is loud because Juju should have never been out there. Not till the 4th quarter with 5 minutes left on the clock. I want to know who paying and how much too. Facts, because somebody paying. Somebody got some deep pockets because they pay every year. We're going to see. I'm not going to tell you who we going to start. And I don't care if it stops. Because y'all going to come right back here and say, oh, you was right. How about you going to tell me? Oh, I thought that's what you're going to say. Because you're not looking holistically at the quarterbacks. I can look at the stats and tell you why he went and got Kaidon Salter. Other than the fact that he's a senior and Ryan Staub is a sophomore. And last year, he probably was a goofy freshman. Yeah, it's going to be controversy all over again. I don't know why. I don't think it is. Coach Prime said he know who the hell. Coach Prime said he not lost for direction. He said he knew what he was going to see today. So, whatever. Just whatever. Just whatever. He going to start who the hell he want to start, and we going to respect it. Or at least I am. I can't tell y'all what to do. But I'm not about to argue about whatever Coach Prime decision is. I don't care. Because if you ask me, I told you we had 4 quarterbacks. I think we got 4 quarterbacks. I think Juju is young and shouldn't have been out there. And my recommendation for Juju is that Coach Prime put him in situations when the score is way up, like today, but with 5 minutes left on the clock so he could get used to the pressure. He had an O-line in high school. And again, I told y'all, there are guys in the NFL that can't deal with the pressure. But when you don't get blocked for, because the agenda is to make Staub look better than Juju or Kaidon, that ain't right either. It said, ask the wide receivers who they. I don't give a damn what the wide receivers want to do. You ain't running nothing around here. You ain't running nothing around here. Some wide receivers want to catch the ball from Juju. Some want to catch it from Kaidon. Some want to catch it from Staub. Hell, some want to catch it from Ponder. He got an arm too. So just play all of them. Just since you don't want to trust Coach Prime, just play all of them because ain't none of them perfect. We can finally move on from the Juju. Let him start. People really saying Juju should be the starter all season. I'm like, what the hell are y'all looking at? Did you watch the spring game? They're not talking about football. The same conversation we have about the NFL is the same bullshit that's happening over here at CU. I'm like, Coach Prime knew what he was doing when he didn't choose Juju. I think that. He also knew what he was doing when he didn't choose Ryan Staub. He even talked about it in his press conference. He said, I get to watch the whole practice. I know what I'm looking at. Ryan Staub is just a sophomore. He probably was goofy last year. He probably just starting to mature a little bit. Hell, maybe he entitled and think he just ain't got to work for it. Tyler Shaw didn't have to work for it. He just had to know Archie Manning. Stop changing Schumer play calling. Possible. It said Pat and Stefanski running the same playbook. Different play gives different momentum, and he changed the energy of the game. Right. Pat Schumer been a damn coach, coordinator, NFL, whatever, for 23 years. He could do this. He can pull the puppet strings in his sleep. Go watch his interview on Buff TV. He just sat there smiling before they asked him a question because he think he did something. All he doing is going against Coach Prime, probably because Coach Prime was bringing in Byron Leftwich. It said, oh, he audibled out of bad plays just soon as the line played better. Makes me wonder. Interesting. It said Kaidon is going to remain the starter until CP announces differently. Staub sat behind Shedeur 2 years. He's a junior. It said he a sophomore. I will say Staub learned from Shedeur. He changed plays as Shedeur did. Right. It said he a sophomore, but maybe I was looking at ESPN. Maybe they behind. It said, please find the receipts because it's very hard to prove. It ain't hard to prove nothing. You just need the time to sit down and look at the whole situation holistically. You can look at the damn stats and see why he brought in Kaidon. 2 negative yards on a run and everybody okay with it. But last week we had to run the ball. Get the hell out of here. It said they have multiple sabotaging going on, so some people might not be seeing it. People see what they want to see. It said Coach Prime don't play now. It said Ryan Staub and Salter will play. Juju will be next year. Don't forget, we got Ponder over there too. Ponder is good. We probably gonna lose him because from what I saw in practice, see, let me tell you what I said about practice. I said 26 and 20 are your guys. I said they need to be out there. Then after the first game, I said that's your one and your two. I didn't care which order you went with it. I figured it was gonna be DeKalin. But I knew 26 was better than Michael. But people was in their feelings because they like Michael. See, when people been around for a while, people get in their feelings. And that's what's happening. Because Staub has been around. I think people mad because Coach Prime shouldn't have went get Kaidon. So let's make Kaidon look bad. And let's make Juju look like he ain't ready. So Staub can get the nod. That's undermining Coach Prime. That's disrespectful. You don't do that. That's how you get fired. Hey, y'all. Congrats, Buff Nation. Hey, Amber, how you doing? I don't care who start next, to be honest. I just know that we in last place. So whoever start, you might as well just play everybody. Because I don't even know if we got one quarterback that can take us out of this situation because people don't want to respect Kaidon and block for him. But they don't mind blocking when it was Staub. Just go watch the highlights. That's like night and day. There's one game, somebody channel got it the whole game out there from beginning to end. Go watch that first. Then go watch the highlights and you're going to see how the O-line held on to their man for Ryan Staub. Salter is the right man for the job, but he at a school that's in flux and people meddling. See, when you start meddling, you cause problems. It said those guys were blowing the hell out of the assignments. Right. It seems Pat can't call plays for Kaidon. What? Pat didn't recruit Kaidon. That's the problem. Coach Prime did. Now remember, Pat Schumer was there last year with Shedeur and Ryan Staub. So I am starting to realize here that Schumer is the one meddling. I don't even know how we got to an in-game competition. It was supposed to be the last press conference Coach Prime had. All he said was he was going to put Juju in, but he didn't say where. Then you had some people who go up to the school and record talking about Juju need to be the starter, this, that, and the other. I'm like, Juju ain't even ready. Why would you do this? Why would you go into Coach Prime's house, which is a privilege, to gain access to record and then try to sell your audience on Juju should be the guy? Should Juju be the guy? No. And I even tweeted, all right, this was good. Let's move on. But then Ryan Staub, somewhere after that press conference, somebody decided it was a good idea to put all three quarterbacks out there. But then you got the guys calling the game, talking about, I ain't never seen nothing like this, and this is going to be a problem. And it is going to be a problem. Why you didn't put Pond out there? What nobody standing up for him? That boy Wig was right. Coach Prime said that Kaidon was the starter and he should have stuck with it. I bet you Kaidon's parents see that the right side not blocking for him, just like they didn't block for Shedeur. Which means if Coach Prime could control it with Shedeur, then he can't control it with Kaidon. And that's why he needs to leave. Congratulations to the Buffs. Hey, guys, love. How you doing? Hey, Blind. How you doing? It said, I saw a video posted by Wolof that stopped changing the play just like Shedeur used to. Coach plays are trash. Again, why does he? How many times have I asked why the hell does Schumer still work there? And you see, we back to the same topic. And I told y'all, imagine being new somewhere. You going to go play football for your youth coach. You saw his son get sacked a lot. People said it was his fault. And now it's your fault. They won't block for you on the right side, which is why I sent him a note and said, you need to go to the left. Now, when he figure out that he need to roll out to the left and play without an O-line, then he going to be all right. When he get comfortable and realize that you have absolutely no choice, it's your future career or Pat Schumer, that you need to call audibles like Ryan Staub did. You see how he looked better in the first quarter? He looked comfortable and they took him out and set him down. The guys in the box calling the game say that ain't right. That's not what you do with quarterbacks. Only Stefanski rotates this many quarterbacks. So now you see where this is coming from. Nobody else had 5 quarterbacks or 6 in a season other than Cleveland. Nobody else does that. Because that's not what you do. That's weaponizing instability. But it's like they knew Coach Prime wanted to put Juju in. So they went to him and said, hey, why don't we put, Ryan Staub in there too? I'm like, well, shit, just put Ponder in there too. Maybe they don't want Ponder in there because then he gonna look better. And that ain't what people want. It's too many I wants around here. I just want to see some damn good football. But nobody would do this to Kirby Smart. None of them. Disrespectful. It said they did not set him up. Bull crap. That's exactly what they did. They set him up in the Georgia game. Ain't no day to it. Pat Schumer set him up in the Georgia game, and he set him up again today. Coach Prime ain't going nowhere. Kenyon said they're going to use both of them. They probably will. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to have to figure it out. And it's people still going to be mad. People still going to be mad. All I know is Coach Prime put Salter on this team. I know that for a fact. And I can look at them stats and I can tell you why. Because he has an arm and because he can run with his legs. Now, we ain't going to argue about what his best asset is. He has deep ball accuracy. Yes, he overthrew 2 balls, but I also can look at Kaidon and tell he ain't comfortable. ESPN put his highlights out for a reason. He's a top 15 QB for a reason. He's being made to look bad, just like Shedeur. And I don't know how certain people can't see. It's the same exact thing, and they're using the same exact tactic. They're weaponizing sacks to end the drive. So Kaidon don't score. If he was good, if he was bad, you wouldn't have to do that. And they did it to Shedeur. I don't know how the hell people don't see the same thing coming from the same side of the O-line. And they benched 55 last week, but he back out there. I mean, at some point, when you just going to get rid of him. That's my problem. I'm like, if you had to bench him, Then why is he out there? This is exactly what happened in year one, and we just had to bleed all the way to the end of the season. Did coach put Staub out there? Yeah, he said he did. He said he made a plan to put in all three. That tells me closed mouths don't get fed. And Ponder need to get him some people, some aunties. Maybe the CU aunties need to start cheering for Ponder, because maybe if somebody was pulling Coach Prime coattails about Ponder, he'd be in there too. This tells you it's pressure. It's pressure. Salter's not shook. He's uncomfortable because he's in a ridiculous situation that he shouldn't be in. Houston will be the litmus test. Yeah, we're going to see. He had 2 overthrown passes. That is it. Kaidon has 81% accuracy in this game. So people are over exaggerating. He has 81% accuracy. Stop exaggerating. Y'all going to get what you want. You ain't going to have no quarterback. That's what's going to happen. You ain't going to have Juju and you ain't going to have Kaidon, because people see what's happening. Ain't nobody stupid. And again, this shit happened to Shedeur. If Coach Prime can't control it, I don't see it working for Juju at all. He obviously can't control it. He said they just couldn't protect Shedeur. Now they can't protect Kaidon. Now they can't protect Juju. Not a coincidence. Those 2 are the only 2 to be sacked in this game. And y'all said the same thing about Shedeur, talking about Kaidon running around. They said the same thing about Shedeur. But when Pat Mahomes do it or Joe Burrows do it, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Houston will show a lot. I will agree with that. I will agree with that. CU black QBs, black receivers, and others on offense, CU period, could be a pipeline in NFL. I mean, the guys are actually good. We have good receivers. I think we have good running backs. I think this game helped us decide the order of the running backs. It's funny how they could get that part right. Now, some people think it don't matter who the QB is. Some people think CU just need to focus on the run game altogether. I'm like, and again, why are we changing our identity? Because when Kirby Smart gets a new quarterback, Kirby Smart's identity for the team is the constant. It doesn't change. The identity for the team changes with the coach, not the quarterback. This is only happening because it's Coach Prime. They would never dare to go call a Georgia game and talk about Kirby Smart got a new quarterback and they lost their identity. They would never do that because they don't want to put Kirby Smart in a bad light. But they don't mind doing it to Coach Prime. It looked the same way when Shedeur was there. The line protected style, but not Shedeur. Right. It's the same thing. I'm sure if I go watch the Utah game that they saying Ryan Staub won, I'm just might have to go watch it. I might have to go watch it. Wasn't Pat Schumer the play caller? Prime got a plan. He's going to work it out. I trust whatever Coach Prime decides to do. It said when Staub got in there, the whole offense perked up. The whole damn stadium perked up. The Staub 3rd year, and he will not play that good against the top team. Here's my thing. That's why I said when you saw Staub go in, the whole it was like, I guess Coach Prime said it was a student section, but to me, I saw the sideline. Even Kaidon was happy for him. I tweeted about it. I said, I even see Kaidon sitting on the side. That was the happiest he looked, because Kaidon know he's in a situation that probably Pat Schumer wants it to be Ryan Staub, because he was there last year with Shedeur. And remember, Coach Prime was going to try to replace, I think, Byron Leftwich as the offensive analyst with Schumer. So I think there might be some agitation there. And then other people want Juju, but then nobody want him. And he like, I didn't ask for this. And he didn't. And I'm sure Coach Prime has had a conversation with his parents, because he has to protect Kaidon from what people want. People act like they don't know how to watch football and can't see the difference when Staub is in there and what Pat Schumer is doing when Kaidon or Juju is in there. Like I said, Juju got sacked too. Kaidon will be fine. He in a bad spot. You know, y'all talking about Kaidon need confidence. Didn't we see Shedeur not want to do this when he was uncomfortable? It's the same situation, people. It's the exact same situation for Kaidon. I came in here. I thought y'all wanted me here. I thought we needed a quarterback. Y'all don't want me here. Y'all want the other people. Same thing. Same thing. Shedeur didn't look confident either. Did he look confident when he was getting sacked 5 times? Kaidon was sacked twice in the fourth quarter. Why? So he don't go out with a bang like Shedeur in the Rams game. I don't know why y'all don't see the connection between Stefanski and Schumer. It's the same play. It's the same play. Plain and simple, they want a white quarterback. Thank you. Just thank you. Just here. Let me give you your crown because that's all it is. All right. Y'all see right here what personality said. You see it? Crown of the day. This is it. Isn't this the problem in the NFL? Then why y'all think it's not the problem at CU? How many black people do you see at those games? I watched Jackson State play University of Southern Mississippi in Hattiesburg, where I went to cheerleading camp, by the way. I didn't see that many black people when I went to cheerleading camp. But they were everywhere today. You go watch that game. I'm like, is it HBCU now? Because that's what it looked like, right? The black people turned up for the game. It was everywhere in the stands. That's not the case at CU. Coach Prime is an anomaly for them. Yeah, they had a black quarterback, coach one time right before Coach Prime. What was he there for, a year? The standard for black quarterbacks, for black coaches? This is the Power 5 or 4, whatever the hell it is. You saw how hostile they were when he first got there. What would make you think they're comfortable with his decisions right now? The worst thing he did was bring in Pat Schumer, an OC from the NFL where they don't have no black OCs because they didn't want none. And they trying to reduce the number of black starting quarterbacks. So Pat Schumer, in my opinion, is the problem. And so is Doc Livingston. That man been there 3 years. What's the problem? And what does that mean? He been there 3 years. So he's supposed to just start because he been there 3 years. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. How is he the best player, Roscoe? How is he the best player with his stats? -2 yards. I thought we wanted to have a run game. He's not the best player. You saw him get better coverage. That's what you saw. And y'all said the same thing about Shedeur. He be running around. I think a lot of players will go into the portal. If they can't handle the damn politics, I know I would. Pat Schumer's still trash. Facts. People still talking about his play calling in this game. He deserves to be QB1. He played better. Depends on who you asking. Because if you talking about Ryan Staub, he had -2 yards in rushing. How is that better than 25? Coach Prime, and according to Schumer, wanted a run game. So why would you get a quarterback with 2 negative yards on rushing? You wouldn't. You would get the guy with 81% accuracy and 25 yards on rushing. That's what you would do. But then, see, the only problem that guy has is the O-line don't want to block for him, just like they didn't block for his predecessor. Yep, they did look better with Staub. The players were responding to him. Right, that's why I said I feel like there's on the ground all summer festering. When Kaidon first got there, I was watching Well Off Media. The receivers were good. They responded to him well, right? And then it took Juju time to get acclimated. Like Juju had a little dust up with somebody. They didn't really take to him right away. So I felt like there was the vision starting to happen. But then when you look in the summer or the spring and spring ball, I could see Juju wasn't ready in the spring. I went to Juju's high school championship game. He had an O-line. I have a photo of him in my phone right now running off the field. I think he hurt his hand in that game. And yeah, Staub been there. And some people feel like because he been there, then he should start. And that's what Coach Prime wanted to do. He would have did it. Why people don't respect it? No, he wasn't the best quarterback. He had the better coverage. If they had equal coverage, just like Shedeur and Dylan, and I don't know how people can't see this the same thing unless they don't pay attention to what Shedeur got going on in the NFL. It's exactly what Kaidon has going on. Dylan gets better coverage. Ryan Staub gets better coverage. That's what's going on. It's the same thing. Which is why I hope Coach Prime bring on select QB quarterback coach. I don't need no more NFL people. I'm straight. Coach Prime ain't going nowhere. People keep saying he going somewhere every other day. It said Prime didn't make Staub the starter because he wanted a QB to help the run game. Thank you. And it's so simple. It's funny how when it comes to Staub, they're willing to abandon the run game. That's why I didn't understand why the hell it was Pat Schumer was smiling in his press conference. I'm like, the game that was called today ain't the game you called last week. And Ryan Staub got -2 yards. So what the hell you smiling about? Go watch it. I don't know what he's smiling about. Maybe because he tried to change what Coach Prime has made a decision on, because that's what it looked like to me. So, it's just sad that, it don't matter who the wide receivers want to play with. It don't matter. You talking about the wide receivers want to do this. So Coach Prime, does Kirby Smart go in and ask the damn wide receivers at Georgia who the hell they want the quarterback to be? No, and you don't expect that of him. Y'all just want, some of y'all, not everybody, too many people want to just disrespect Coach Prime's decision making. That's all it is. That's all it is. When they say Staub is better, they didn't even look at the game holistically. They didn't even look at the running game, and they forgot that last week Schumer was trying to run the ball exclusively. That's ridiculous, bro. I'm like, y'all don't know football. I don't give a damn who the wide receivers want to play with. I'm sure some of them want to play with Juju. Hell, it seems like when Juju play, that's when we see Q for 6, right? Who cares if the players want to leave? It said, no one can force character. It don't have nothing to do with character. It said, for y'all that said he only played good, it was Delaware. Salter did not have the same opportunity as Schaub. You weren't watching the game if you saw that. That will destroy his recruiting. It said, the coach for the running game wasn't there. What you mean he wasn't there? It said, in my opinion, it's not about race. It's about talent and the situation of the game. Of course, you think that, because that means you think it's about Shedeur's talent too, right? If you think this was about talent, then you think what Shedeur's going through in Cleveland, he deserved to be a third string and fifth on the depth chart or whatever the hell it is. It's the same situation. It's the same situation. We all agree that Pat is not a good OC for him, but don't put Salter on Shedeur level. Excuse me? I ain't putting Salter on Shedeur level, but you blind if you can't see that what's happening to Kaidon Salter by way of Pat Schumer is not the same thing that's happening to Shedeur by way of Kevin Stefanski. By the way, Schumer is Kevin Stefanski's old boss. If you can't see that, either you don't know what's going on or you just don't want to believe it. This ain't about levels. No, Salter did not have the same opportunity because the blind man could see he didn't have the same coverage. Salter needs to get the hell out of Colorado. People talk about he need to play with confidence. Go watch that man's highlights. He has plenty of confidence. He's in a bad situation. People want him to beat Ryan Staub and call an audible. Why would he probably never had to go against his OC before. Why would he do something like that? And he trying to get to the league. Y'all trying to set him up. Y'all just trying to set him up. Kaidon gonna be fine. I just think he need to be fine elsewhere because some people think they know what they want. So I say give it to him. Salter gonna ask for a red shirt transfer. No, he not. He could just transfer. He could play another grad year. He don't need the red shirt. He could be a grad next year. Kaidon ain't an NFL QB. Well, that's funny because he was the top 15 college QB at the beginning of the season. He was the number 1 rushing QB in the Big 12. Y'all just don't know football. You're not looking at the game. The coach has to win, period, right? And that's why I think he go in and rotate them. Because one thing Coach Prime know, he know what happened to Shedeur. He know how Shedeur escaped it. If he not going to tell Kaidon he could do the same thing and Kaidon is willing to do the same thing, then it ain't going to work. So he might as well just rotate him. But in my opinion, Kaidon should just move along because Coach Prime brought him to CU and people don't want to respect it. They go to the great lengths, just like they did to sabotage Shedeur, who was his own son, to get the person that they want, who's a white quarterback. That's all it is. If Ryan Staub was black, they wouldn't give a damn because I don't hear nobody asking for Ponder to get in there. Not one person. Not one person. If you really gave a damn, you'd want to see Ponder too. Not one person. He didn't play like trash. He was set the hell up. Y'all say Shedeur played like trash. So for the same people that watch Shedeur play, it's crazy. I feel bad for Salter because he needs to leave. Coach Prime brought him in and they don't want it. And they gonna, it's not that they don't want it. See, it's not, it don't matter when you're in a situation that people don't want to respect you. It's when they start to set you up. They didn't want Shedeur to be the goddamn starter last year. What they kept saying, run the ball, run the ball. Okay, Ryan Staub ran the ball. He had a -2 yards. Why y'all ain't mad about that? Because you just want Ryan Staub to be the quarterback because he's white. And if you black and you saying it, you don't know football and you're not paying attention that this the same thing that happened to Shedeur last year at CU and right there in Cleveland in your face. I feel bad for Salter. That's why I said I think he should go. Salt is not Salter's confidence. Salter know he being set up. He ain't crazy. Y'all talk about these players don't have confidence. What about when Shedeur didn't have confidence? Was his talent a problem? No, he was in a toxic situation. And you didn't have no problem with calling it. But you can't see this. And Shedeur went through the same thing last year. But his dad was the coach. So he could call audibles and it don't matter. Maybe Ryan Staub could call audibles and it don't matter. Kaidon just got here. I think Juju calling the audibles and he got sacked too. So that means Pat Schumer's trash and why he still worked there. See, that's the bigger problem than Salter. If you don't look at the game holistically, of course you think it was better. But people want to ignore the fact that Kaidon Salter is 81% accuracy. He just needs to move on because people can't appreciate a good quarterback. They didn't appreciate Shedeur. They don't appreciate Salter, so let them have whoever they want to have. Pat Schumer was still calling them down lateral passes, right? Just messing up the game. Just messing up the game. We don't want to hear about nobody's parents. I don't know why not. Because his parents calling up there. These are college kids. Parents pay the tuition sometimes. But in this case, parents stand behind their kids that have potential. Y'all forget, just like last week, parents were speaking out about the wide receivers not being used. You saw the wide receivers get used, did you? All right then. So the parents matter. Salter was booed because they want Ryan Staub. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy. They're not helping him. No, they're trying to do to Salter what they doing to Shedeur right there in Cleveland. When Shedeur was being sacked, didn't y'all say people was laughing at him? All right then. It's the same damn thing. They run in Colorado like a clown show. No, they want you to think Coach Prime don't know how to manage a program. If I'm Salter, I already know in my mind when January comes, I'm gonna let y'all have this because I saw what they did to Shedeur last year. I see what they did to Shedeur at Cleveland. Yeah, Coach Prime, me and my brother played youth sports for you, but the OC clearly has some kind of power, and I never had to go against my OC. And he got your son hemmed up in Cleveland, and he got your son hemmed up in the draft, calling him Daniel Jones. So I'm a bounce. You're damn right. And Juju right behind him. Right behind him. Yeah, this ain't Facebook. It's not about who you like. Politics. That's all it is. That's why Byron Leftwich left. This kind of foolishness. Prime said he told them because they wanted to know how he got to the decision. See, here's what they want to do. Somebody to convince him to put Ryan Staub out there. And he knew what was going to happen because he said it. And now they want him to change to Ryan Staub. You know what Coach Prime told him? He said, I'm at practice. I watched the whole practice. And I told the coaches the way they practice is the way they're going to play. He said, so I prayed on this and I decided to do it. But I knew what I was going to see. And now they want to know what he's going to do. He said, I'm not struggling for direction. They would never second guess Kirby Smart like this. Locker room issues too, right? Ryan Staub can make audibles, but Salt cannot. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It's a different game plan. One is a running QB and the other one is a pocket passer. Right. And what the hell did we say they wanted to do this year? Run the ball. Again, if Kirby Smart had did this, would nobody say nothing? They would be like, oh, that's right. Kirby Smart said he want to run the ball. So, yeah, he got a dual threat. Man, the way they undermine people, I swear. Kaidon Salter is 81% accurate at 25 yards on the ground. He's exactly what Coach Prime wanted him to be. He could have been better if he wasn't set up by the right side of the O-line. I have no problem with saying it. 55, 53, and 71. And you could see the obvious difference that they were willing to block for stop. So that means they had talked about this. That means all of the crowd roaring, all of the sideline cheering wants to force Coach Prime to change his decision. Do you have any idea how crazy it is to do something like that? To have people turn your quarterback situation into a popularity contest. And then if you go along with it and it don't work out, and then people get to the end and you lose and you don't have a run game, guess who's going to get in trouble? Coach Prime know what he's doing. They just don't respect it. I already knew Juju wasn't going to be great. Let him learn more. Yeah, no, race is not a game, Kenyon, and I'm going to have to block you if you think it is, because this the same bull crap that's happening to Shedeur, and there's no coincidence in the connection with Stefanski and Pat Schumer. Race is not a game. It severely negatively affects people's lives, just like we see it affected Shedeur Pocket. We see it affected his morale in the beginning, and then we see it's affected his career. So it's not a damn game. Yeah, they racist. The hell? The crowd was upset about how they treated K-Salt. The guy on somebody else said it. Yeah, I just feel like they really and truly just have a preference. Just like Dylan is the preference. Just like there's some Cleveland fans. Oh, they said Dylan was better, so we're going to go with it. Shedeur has won this competition twice. Coach Prime made his decision that Kevin Stefanski didn't have the courage to do the right thing. And now people want Coach Prime to change it and go with a white quarterback. That's all it is. They're not stomping for Ponder. I don't hear nobody asking, well, why didn't Coach Prime put Ponder in? That's not fair. It's not. But nobody's asking about it. They want to tell Coach Prime what to do. Last year, when Shedeur was lighting it up with 400 yards, we need a run game. I was like, for what? When you have an air raid offense, if you got 40 yards on the ground, that's enough. People didn't want to respect that. Now Shedeur's gone, and you see Pat Schumer's play calling is trash, and now you want Staub over Salter, who you have watched the O-line do the same damn thing with Shedeur. And that race ain't no damn game. It's negatively affecting people's lives. And race is the only damn reason they out there stomping for Ryan Staub. Because if Coach Prime said, I want to bring in a dual threat quarterback because I want to enhance the run game, then you should just accept that and move on with it. But they can't do that. They can't do that. They act like Coach Prime didn't coach up a Heisman winner. They act like Coach Prime didn't have 2 Heisman candidates in the top 5. And one of them won the damn trophy. They act like Shedeur wasn't sabotaged when he was. And he's still being sabotaged. Like, I just want to see some good football. But I see all of the politics and the pressure to force Coach Prime to change his decision on Salter, even if it's because the wide receivers like Staub. Don't give a damn who you like. Then go play for another team. This is your head coach. You respect your head coach's decision. And that's the problem. If he was white, they wouldn't even do that. If it was Kirby Smart, they wouldn't say a goddamn thing. They just go out there and catch the goddamn ball and deal with whatever comes. But no, because it's Coach Prime. I'm like, it ain't my fault if you don't see racism, but you're going to see it in your own life. Don't worry about it. Sooner or later. Yep, but on another note, we already shouted out JB and BJ. JB and Ben. We talked about them. They did really well. Ryan Staub been with the same OC for 3 years. It ain't even been 3 years yet. We just not in the beginning of the 3 year. Staub is like Charlotte. That's how I see it. Staub is one of the original buffs. And Coach Prime came in and made all of these changes. Charlie decided to leave the program because this was the same way. Why isn't Charlie playing? They did the same thing. Coach Prime got to yield to these people because they was already at the school when he got there because he let so many people go. Why you think the whole damn school cheered for Ryan Staub? Just because he was already there. They ain't in practice. They don't know what happens, but they don't really care either. But like I said, when I realized Kaidon was sitting there excited for Staub, it told me Kaidon has peeped what's going on. That they feel like he should be there because Staub was already there. Well, all right then. So in January, peace out. I'm gonna leave this to you. Kaidon ain't got to fake no injury. He can be a grad and move on. And Kaidon ain't scared of nothing. He in the same situation his predecessor. And maybe he didn't think about it. Who runs 3 quarterbacks? That's what people gonna say tomorrow. That's what they were saying tonight. 396 yards and 7 points. Oh, are you talking about the other school about the defense? I mean, you know what? I feel like the only reason people can't get to the defense is because they so bogged down with Pat Schumer's offense being trash. And now this week, that was last week. This week is the defense was last week, but this week now it's the QB. Every week is gonna be something else. We can't just try to go win games and get out of last place. Maybe that's why they put us in last place, because they knew it was chaotic. They knew what it was gonna be like. They should be running a system like Georgia Tech. It says Shedeur Sanders, defensive back, may be given a second chance by the Dallas Cowboys pending medical evaluation. Oh, thank you, Nicole. That's some good info. I like that. And that makes sense, right? Hopefully that's a sign that his brother gonna be over there too. Juju was close to a couple of intersections. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened when you got people coming at you and your lineman ain't blocking for you. One of the things that I saw when the game started, I was happy to see. I said this to people the last time we talked about CU. Juju respects Kaidon, right? Remember, these two knew each other before Colorado. That's what people don't know. That's how you know people inserting themselves in this situation based on their preferences. Football ain't about preferences, right? And Coach Prime had a vision for this team. And yes, it was to run the ball more. It was not what Pat Schumer did last week, because he didn't do it this week. And that tells you Pat Schumer was doing him. And today he was still doing him. People tired of them damn screens. You've been in the league too damn long to be out here calling these kind of screens. Even Delaware has some good plays. He just trash and gotta go. And if he was gone, we wouldn't be in this situation. People would respect Coach Prime. You think they don't know what they were seeing last week when he hijacked the whole damn offensive system? Some people act like racism don't exist when it's right in their face. Right. And I ain't going to be the one to try to convince you. Yeah, it's racial politics. It's people on the outside pressuring Coach Prime to do what they want. Because when he got there, he made all those changes. I didn't know Ryan Staub was an original buff until tonight. I noticed how the crowd was cheering for him. I'm like, now, why are they all cheering for him like this? I'm like, they didn't do this last year. When Shedeur was there last year and Ryan Staub played, I didn't see them act like that. That's because people been talking. Coach Prime played 3 QBs so that he could confirm that Schumer called bad calls for the 2 black QBs versus the 1 white QB. That's why Staub was given the last 50 seconds. Much better calls. Mm-hmm. Hey, Tuna. Thank you, True. Thank True. We'll take it. We'll take it. It said Martin Luther style was borderline Stephen Fetchit. What you mean, Brian? Him saying that? Or what you talking about? Let me know. Yeah, it's logical. It makes a lot of sense. Again, Coach Prime said, I knew what I was going to see. He said, I prayed on it. He said, and this was not the plan at the last press conference. It was supposed to be just Juju. So that meant somebody came to him and asked him to put in Staub, and they didn't give 2 damns about Ponder. And he said, I knew what I was going to see. I am not lost for guidance. They need to leave Coach Prime alone. He a Leo, a male Leo at that. No, Kaidon didn't do nothing. Kaidon balled out in the first round. I was pissed off when Kaidon was running up the side. He was trying to get Colorado players to block him. I'm looking at them going, so y'all just not going to block for the man? He trying to get to the end zone. And that's what I mean by I would see peace out in January. Because when you got and players being against you does not mean that you're a bad quarterback. It's just he was here first. That's what that is. And booing Kaidon, why would you boo Kaidon? You don't even know the man. Because that ain't what they want. Just like Dylan. They got a preference. Prime know they trying to sabotage him. I think he does. I really think he does. He said it. He said it. Yeah, he probably, Jason. You know why he ain't looking outfield? Because have you ever been sacked by people on the right side and you got to keep running to the right? See, I sent him a message. He ain't see it. I say you need to run to the left. You need to study Shedeur's play calling. Now, what did I say when Shedeur after the draft? I said for all of the people that still want to go to the NFL as a quarterback, I hope y'all don't think that what Shedeur went through was specific to Shedeur. So this is a lesson for Kaidon too. The way he has in his bio somewhere, NFL QB1. And mind you, he had good marks and everything. And he could get there, but he's being set up. You know why? Because he's going to get set up when he get over there. And maybe he was one of the people that thought Shedeur did something or that this was specific to Shedeur. Because I wouldn't still be running around calling myself an NFL QB1 after the QB1 got pushed down to 144. I would have to be realistic. And maybe he needed to see this. I don't like what's happening to him, but I know it's happening to him for a reason. I know he's in an NFL style program with an OC that's obviously got a problem. And they don't have no black OCs in the NFL. Because if they had black OCs in the NFL, they would probably refuse to allow Caleb Williams to be sacked 68 times. They would refuse to allow Shedeur to be sacked by a goon squad. They would refuse to allow Bryce Young to be sacked 60 some odd times. They would refuse to allow torture to Justin Fields. That's why they don't have no black OCs. So it's like a little fraternity. You got to keep the secret when you want to set up the black QBs. And that's where Pat Schumer comes from. And that's the mistake that Coach Prime made. And I don't have no problem with saying it. And I think he knows. Clan and QB carousel thing is not going to work. I don't have an issue with playing, but it's a reason he was third on the depth chart. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That people don't want to respect that. People don't want to respect that at all. They said Ponder beat him out in the offseason. I don't want to hear nothing about Kaidon's confidence. That man, just like we had sympathy for Shedeur because he was in a toxic situation. This was toxic too. This one is toxic too. The difference is Coach Prime is not the one like Stefanski setting up Shedeur. Coach Prime is not setting up Kaidon. If you ask me, and I don't have no problem with saying it, I think it's Pat Schumer. And now I'm starting to wonder if he was the one setting up Shedeur. And it's very possible because what did he describe Shedeur as? Who did he compare Shedeur to? Daniel Jones in personality and gameplay. And he used to work for the Giants. I did a video about it. I think Coach Prime knows. Yeah, Pat is nasty work. No, that ain't his friend. That ain't his friend at all. He ain't his friend at all. Zimmer is his friend, and Schumer was a recommendation from him. Right. Staub has been part of the QB competition. He has been QB2 gatekeeper. Salter was pulled too quick and flipped around. Dude was sick game one and still recovering. Yeah, I don't even know why he had to play in game one. I know there's an agenda out there. Prime is going to put his foot down. I agree. Where's Tyler Brown? Did y'all see him? It said we can fix the right side. Let me see you do it. Brian said we can fix the right side. I'm like, if we went and got 3 walk-ons for the running back that I said we didn't need no depth over there because we ain't going to be playing all of these guys because Dallin Hayden is going to come back. That's another running back we have. Then we have Kaidon. So that's Simeon Price, Trackhawk, Kaidon Salter, who's the third best running back right now, even with being sacked and his drives being upended. Because that's why they do those sacks, to kill it. And then who else is it? Dallin Hayden and Michael Welch. That's 5. And then you went and got 3 more. That's 8. You need some right tackles. Because the ones you got bought and paid for. I don't have no problem with saying it. It's not a coincidence. It's happening again. Kaidon Salter didn't sign up for all of this bull crap, just like Shedeur didn't sign up for it in Cleveland. Juju gonna leave, place a clown show. I'm telling you, Byron Leftwich left. Did y'all see Byron Leftwich tonight? 217 people. Hit the like button for me, please. I don't think Byron Leftwich coming back. Salter's not playing scared. He playing out his peripheral vision, trying to, because he know these guys not blocking for him. Let me tell y'all something. That means y'all think Shedeur was playing scared in the Baylor game. No. Shedeur had to get sacked 8 times to realize the right side was selling him out. So he rolled out to the left and threw a Hail Mary. Kaidon ain't got there yet. Probably because he don't want to believe the guys that he practiced with every day, that he's on a team with, that are also black, are selling him out. That is not easy to come to grips with. If Shedeur was there and knew these same guys, except for 2 of them, why would he didn't think it for 8? He had to get sacked 8 times. And in the Nebraska game, you can watch the game as Shedeur is looking at the O-line like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? These quarterbacks are expecting these guys to go out here and play. Coach Prime said, the way you practice is the way you play. Do you really think 53, 55, and 51 and 71 practice like they did in that damn game versus Georgia Tech and versus Delaware? No. Somebody probably done promised them another location, and it wouldn't surprise me. I know Juju sit back like, damn, yeah, Juju probably like Kaidon was last week. Like, what the hell is going on around here? So what I was saying was, when they came out the tunnel, Kaidon was leading the team and Juju was to his right. Juju respects Kaidon. He knows Kaidon is a baller. They know each other are ballers. They both know neither one of them should have been sacked. They know they the only ones to be sacked. They probably know the OC is trash. And now their parents know it too. And y'all think parents don't matter. Shit. I'm going to let a little dust settle under construction. I don't really care who the QB1 is, because y'all going to learn. Y'all going to learn. They going to piss Salter off and he going to be out. I would leave. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, y'all ain't going to have no quarterback. Because it's the reason why Coach Prime, like we said about, Omarion did play. Like we said about Juju. It's funny. When I said Juju ain't ready, didn't nobody argue with me? But y'all argue with me about what's really happening here. I'm like, I don't know how you can't see it. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. I mean, they didn't even change up nothing. But notice they can't never get the left side to fake out like that. Because Jordan Seaton has a career and he's not willing to lose it for $10. Because it ain't going to be the more money that you make at CU unless they promise you a trip to another school. And that is highly possible. Somebody said, you will never guess where one of the first year linemen who couldn't protect for Shedeur ended up. I said, I probably am not going to be surprised. So see, there's a lot that comes into this type of thing. But here's the danger with that. I can throw a whole damn game. I can throw a whole game. If we get to, let's say if we climb out of the bottom, because we dead last, because I felt like Schumer threw the first game. Let's say we win all the other games but one, and we get to the last game. I can throw that game. All I got to do is not block for the quarterback. I don't care if it's Ryan Staub. I don't care if it's Juju. I don't care if it's Ponder. I don't care if it's Kaidon Salter. That's all I got to do. And it has worked before. Shedeur is the only person that I know that beat the system, that was set up against him. Juju not made for that. And neither is Kaidon. And neither is anybody else in the NFL. 14 Farrakhan missed the pass from Juju. I saw him on defense. Maybe they had him playing both ways. Yeah, you can't build confidence if you know you're going to get hurt. Shit, look how upset Shedeur was when he was getting sacked. He didn't know what the hell was going on when he first got there. Kaidon still has 81% accuracy, Glenn. Go watch the stats. Prime has to strategize against Pat. Right. So get this right. Just like last year, Coach Prime got a scheme against Pat. Shedeur had the scheme against Pat. Y'all saying Ryan Staub had the scheme against Pat. So now Juju and Kaidon and any other quarterback that come to see you got a scheme against their OC who has an NFL pedigree. Anybody gonna want to do that? Nobody's gonna want to do that. Juju not gonna want to do it. He only 17. He follows direction. He said when he was 17, he said he don't even buy stuff without his mommy and his daddy. He not gonna do that either. And Kaidon is trying to get to the league. He don't want to do it. So in January, if he gone, you're gonna get what you want. And then it's gonna be on Coach Prime. Because all they kept talking about in the booth the last half The first half was our identity. The last half of the game, all they kept saying was it's a mistake to have these three quarterbacks. The message that it sends to Kaidon, how do you keep Juju and Kaidon from leaving? It ain't going to be easy. We are going to need Salter. Yup. Because people don't understand. Salter was brought in to enhance the run game, and he did. And he could have did better if somebody would decide to block for him. You can't deny, even the guys in the first quarter, the guys calling the game was talking about how decisive he was in the first quarter and how it was wrong for him to sit as long as he did and then to have to go back out there in the fourth quarter and get sacked by your damn O-line. That happened last week. So the crazy part is he probably went into this game and was like, okay, everything's good. My first quarter's good, but damn, they're going to sit me down. He like, it's okay. But then I got to go back out here and the same shit from last week starts again. Just like Shedeur. They took him out and didn't want him to run a 2-minute drill. Actually, Ryan Starr ran a 2-minute drill. Soon Starr will be in the Heisman talk. Just know it. It's going to come just like Arch. Same thing. Same thing. Pat is trash. When a good defense come up and see you against CU, it won't work. Right. Let people understand. This happened because this was an easier game. I knew they were going to put in Juju because it was an easier game. I didn't even question why Coach Prime didn't have Ponder and what's his name? Ryan Staub in the competition. I didn't. I'm like, okay, you know what he's doing. But some other people did, and they don't like it. So that's why we at where we at. And that's why this happened in this game. We can't play these games against these Big 12 opponents. They felt like this game was going to be easy. I'm just glad to see the play calling. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad to see the play calling appears to be a balanced game that we're used to playing like UCF rather than that crap that Pat Schumer pulled last week. And let's be clear, he shouldn't even be here. And if he was gone, Kaidon wouldn't have to override his OC. Nobody would have to call audibles. I said it in week 1. Replace the OC. That's what needs to happen. Everything else is just a symptom of Pat Schumer. All right, we're going to get out of here. Leftwich is a volunteer. He was on the staff. I think he just gone. Staub said to hell with OC Schumer's. Right. That's probably why he put up the Shedeur. It said, notice a few people happy for Staub. Keep that same energy against these Big 12 teams. Yeah, I think he got -2 against Delaware and rushing. That don't tell you what? That don't tell you nothing. Come on now. Somebody said, well, this chat ain't for you. It says, Staub said, forget Schumer. See now playbook and called his own Shedeur plays. Right, because he watched what Shedeur had to do. And that's what people want from the new quarterbacks. If you got to go to a college and override your OC, he shouldn't even be there. And all it tells you is that it was a damn miracle that Shedeur was the best QB coming out of college, as accurate as he is. That's what that tells you. And it tells you that Pat Schumer should already be gone. That's what it also tells you. So we're going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. All right, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Y'all know what time it is. Who is it? The Panthers versus the Jags. I'm not watching the Browns. I know y'all going to come in the comments and tell me about it. I don't even know if I'm going to be live. I might live tweet that game too. I just want to see Travis. I want to see BJ Green because I think he's going to ball out. And I want to see Jimmy Horn Jr. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Panthers. But all of a sudden, Jimmy is not in any of their media like he was when he first got there. And people are talking about the depth chart this, the depth chart that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they were just using him knowing they were going to play the Browns and they wanted to get the Colorado crowd involved. And they had him mic'd up when he played against Shedeur. Haven't seen him since. Maybe one time. And they have a lot of content out right now. And he's not in any of it. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they was just using him for likes and clicks. So Ben Finesse, I thought he did good. He's a dang rocket science. Yeah, Ben Finesse did real good. He did real good. He didn't know Schumer was talking bad about his son. Yeah, he found out in April. Key players gonna transfer. I don't know. I just think it's gonna be an interesting season. I'm not saying Kaidon gonna leave because I chose my words carefully. I said if it were me, I'd be deuces on him. Because the way they treating him, the booing, people talking about the receivers this. I don't give a damn who the receivers want to catch the ball from. I ain't heard nobody say Kaidon did nothing to them and they just wanted to be somebody else. Okay. So if you think you're going to tell your head coach what to do, let's see how it work out for you. Because we talking about Coach Prime, who already has a legacy at CU. And you already got Pat Schumer trying to upend it. Now the players want to try to upend it. And the school want to upend it. Everybody got their own agenda. I just want to see some damn good football. That's it. With no politics at play. Respect your head coach's decision. Because if it was Kirby Smart, you'd never second guess it. All right, that's it, people. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. I appreciate it. We'll be back. We'll be back. 8 o'clock, 8:30 tomorrow night. I will be live during the Baltimore Ravens game, I believe. I think I'll be live for that game. Just turn on your notifications. If not, I'll be live at 10:35, and we'll just see what happens. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I hope y'all have a good day, have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later on. And if Shiloh does have an opportunity in Dallas, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. It could be AI, but maybe it's true. We'll see what happens. Let's just keep him in our prayers. And I pray for Kaidon that God give him eyes and see his truth and ears to hear his voice in Jesus' name. Amen. Because you want to go to the NFL and it's shiesty like this too. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Be sure to join our daily live stream and listen up to What She Said Sports on the go on Spotify. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Stay for another video.